little review that'll help us get at least oriented, and then we'll go over the muscles we talked about today.
Okay.
First off being this muscle that I think you should know. I bring this up for a reason.
Looks like pronator? Or the supinator?
Not the supinator, nor the pronator. This one's the brachioradialis. I bring that up first because if you remember, that's the divider. We've got flexors and extensors. Right? That's our divider. All of these are flexors, all of these are extensors. So that means if that's the brachioradialis, this is an extensor as we go over. So let's just go over all these extensors now. This one first is the extensor carpi radialis longus. Next one is extensor carpi radialis brevis. We'll stay superficial here as we move along. And this is the first muscle that we talked about today, being the extensor digitorum. So very superficial. It's fairly big and broad. If you look on this arm, all of that's extensor digitorum. All of this here is extensor digitorum. Fairly big, most superficial here on the back side of the arm. Now the one right next to it that I said is almost just a continuation of the extensor digitorum is the extensor digiti minimi. So that's it, 25. And up here, it's on a cadaver. It's actually really hard to tell. Here, right over that little ledge, that's the extensor digiti minimi there. So you can kind of see the divider here on the cadaver. This one's even harder to tell, but that muscle is the extensor digiti minimi. That's extensor digitorum. Which would then mean going across here that now this, or this, or this is extensor, extensor carpi ulnaris. Too many things, too many arms. Extensor carpi ulnaris. Staying superficial, even if we did this, there's the anconius right there. All right, so let's do that one more time. This time you tell me these names, all right?
The extensor radialis longus.
Missed one word.
Extensor carpi
Radialis longus. Good.
The extensor carpi radialis brevis.
Awesome.
The extensor digiti.
Yeah, extensor digitorum.
Digitorum.
And right next to it is
extensor digiti minimi.
good. And
extensor carpi ulnaris.
Perfect. All right, so now we look deep. So we've talked about extensor carpi radialis longus, extensor carpi radialis brevis. The next muscle deep here, muscle belly sclerapia, wrapping all the way around. Again, that's what we talked about in class today. So this very first one is the abductor pollicis longus. Abductor pollicis longus. The next one right next to it, if you get down deep, you can actually see the two tendons there. That's extensor, or sorry, that's abductor pollicis longus. The next one is there, and that's extensor pollicis brevis. And then this tendon, or that tendon here, is extensor pollicis longus. So the only other one that we talked about in class today is extensor indicis. It's deep, so it's right along here, and it's actually that 31. It seems to be on the pinky side, and then about right here it juts over and comes up the index finger. that's really the only place you can see it, and you can't really differentiate on any of the other arms. Like, I guess what I'm saying is that's a hard pin to actually pin, but that's where the muscle would be right there. So one nice thing that helps us with these particular muscles is there's a nice pattern after the brachioradialis going this way. It actually follows this pattern where it goes longus, brevis, longus, brevis, longus in that order. So starts longus, brevis, longus, brevis, longus. So if you can't quite remember, at least you could go longus, brevis, longus, and then look at where it's going and what it would cause. Perhaps figure out that that's the abductor pollicis longus. Now extensor pollicis brevis, extensor pollicis longus, as it goes in that particular order. Any questions about that? Okay. So that's those are all the muscles that I could possibly pin. One thing I did, the last group wanted me to do this, is I would point to something. You tell me what it is as a review. If you don't think you're to that point, I'm happy to help you out as you review the majority of these. Whatever you want to do from this point is up to you guys. I don't have a preference.
I would rather just go over the flexors.
Yeah.
The flexors? All right.
Oh,
You said you'd rather go over the flexors.
I think she meant she'd rather be you over the
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what you meant?
Yeah,
oh,
that's
okay,
kind of
okay.
what I meant.
Okay, all right. All right, so we go over the flexor side. Here we are as being to get oriented. Remember, coming from that medial epicondyle, first layer,
Pump, pump,
pump,
pump.
fumble, pump, fumble. So the first one here we know is at least a P, and that's the
Pronator.
pronator
Teres.
teres. Good. Next one,
Flexor carpi radialis.
bingo, nice.
Palmaris.
Yeah, good. Palmaris longus,
Flexor carpi ulnaris.
flexor carpi ulnaris. Awesome. Next layer, we can see here and here, same muscle. First one is we draw all those back.
The
Flexor digitorum superficialis. Flexor digitorum superficialis. If we were to take all that out, and the next one down, flexor digitorum profundus with flexor pollicis longus. There. That's as deep as we can go there.
okay.
Any other area? Let's do that one more time, shall we?
Looking down.
Okay.
Pronator teres.
Flexor carpi ulnaris. Flexor digitorum superficialis.
Flexor carpi radialis.
Ulnaris
Palmaris
longus.
Good.
Flexor pollicis?
Flexor
Good. Flexor pollicis longus.
flexor profundus.
Flexor digitorum profundus. Yeah, flexor digitorum profundus. Good. Good. Real good. What about that one?
The brachialis.
What about that one?
Brachioradialis.
That one.
That's the brevis, so
Yeah, it's a brevis. Good.
or extensor carpi radialis brevis.
Awesome. What about that one?
Is that
Maybe if I take that out, it'll help.
one the supinator?
That is the supinator. Very good. Very good. What about that one?
extensor.
Flexor carpi radialis.
Good. Very good.
Flexor.
Good. What about that one?
That's brevis. I know that's the longest.
So the extensor pollicis longus.
Yes. Yeah. You got it. What about that one? Pointer teres. Good. What about this one?
That's the coracle. Brachialis.
Good. Coracobrachialis. What about this?
The subscapularis.
What about that one?
Supraspinatus.
What about that one?
Triceps brachialis.
What about that one?
That's
Teres
minor.
major.
I think that one's the minor because it's under there, but it could also.
Yeah. Why would you say minor or why would you say major?
Minor's above.
See, I
What
always
would
thought-
that one be then?
See, that's what I always
Yeah.
think. Is I always think of major is the lowest one, and then it's minor up top.
What would that one be then?
That's the infraspinatus.
Good. Infraspinatus. How I know this is major? Major's going through, going under to the anterior side
Okay.
of the humerus. The major, or so sorry, the minor doesn't. The minor stays posterior. That's pretty good, huh? You liking that? What about this one?
The pronator cavity.
Oh, I got a good one. Whoops. Not that one.
The coracobrachialis.
The
Or
brachioradialis.
Brachioradialis. Good.
Like, yeah.
Oh, what about that one?
The brachialis.
What about that one?
The
Yeah, what about that one?
Ah, the coracobrachialis.
Coracobrachialis.
Too fast. I gotta think through all of them so fast.
Very good. Very good.